Just stopping to pick up Billy. We're gonna jump in the truck. We are heading back to the Black Hills. We've both been there
already once.
Yeah, so he was out there a couple weeks ago. I was out there last week. So anyways, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna see if I can try to find some elk sheds. He finds them. I see his pictures of them.
We got into a mess of them, so I'm gonna take John to a couple hot spots.
I can find whitetail sheds, but something about elk sheds seems like they're bigger, and you would think that they would be easier to see.
A lot of brush down.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything looks like
an antler.
Like an antler. So anyways, we're gonna hit the road. Another road trip. Up and at them this morning. We actually stopped in Sioux Falls. Yeah, Sioux Falls, South Dakota last night. All right, so I've been combing this kind of south side facing slope, and lo and behold, a whitetail shed hunter style. But as soon as I dip down south a little bit, bunch of fresh elk sign right here, a ton of elk sign right here. So I'm gonna mark this on the onX right now. I see another big rub over here. Billy just radioed. He just found his first brown, and he's not too terribly far from me. So I'm gonna make my way over towards him. And if I drop a pin here and he drops a pin there, we'll probably cover this area in between real well. Just made it over here to Billy. He just walked up on one, first one of the trip. Nice brown.
Brown with a devil tine. It looks like it just kind of petered out in the back, but
yeah.
I'll get this, let me get this one set up. It's kind of my most unique one that I've found so far. Really good fronts, but he just kind of peters out in the back. He's got a little devil tine right there, but it's almost like when he was in velvet, he just didn't really finish out.
All right, just got into a pretty good spot right here. You get into like the 20th pile of elk scat. I'm gonna comb this area super close. Go ahead.
I found a dead elk.
Oh man. Big one? Little one?
Well, it looks like the head's been twisted off, so I'm wondering if it was just a kill from the season, and you know what is left, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so there's no head attached?
No, everything but it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna zigzag this area pretty hard. There's just this is the most sign I've seen so far. Okay, was actually walking down this hill down here, trying to get back on some fresh sign, cutting back across this flat. I was just on top of this down log. I'll show you. This is what I saw, but from up there, the down trees were blocking it, so I walked right past it. Here we go. First elk shed. Little raghorn. That's pretty awesome. Fresh brown. Pretty cool. I mean, when you're crawling around, everything looks like an elk shed. So, I mean, I was I was pouring over this area just on this side, and I radioed to Billy, and I'm like, this is so depressing. I had so much sign up there. I really thought I was going to find one in that spot, and this was laying here just on the downside of this tree. I didn't see it till I dipped over. It's trying to hide on me. But we're actually starting to make a loop, and or we completed our loop, and now we're, oh, please be one. Come on. Don't be a stick. Don't be a stick. Oh, that's a good one. Winner, chicken dinner. Walking up on it now. All right. Nah, not as big as what I thought it was going to be. I caught the whale tail off the back. It looked a lot bigger than what it was, but actually, I'm going to have to go around these trees to get to it. Oh man. Awesome. There we go. Another. Oh, another fresh brown. Set this down. Okay, here we go. It's about the size of the other one. Real similar. Brown shed number 2. This is awesome. I love shed hunting. You guys, if you follow any of my episodes, you know how much I like shed hunting. So these sheds are just bigger. So unfortunately, this is the part in the episode when I realized that my Rode video mic stopped working. So it's going to be director's commentary from here on out. All right, we got a match set. I was just an idiot and didn't realize that I had a match set. So I'm checking the pedicles and I'm checking all this out, and I'm like, holy crap, that's a match set. Here's another look at Billy's shed. He picked that up. It's like 15 minutes into the first day. He was already on the board, so that was cool. Kept looking around the rest of that day, and no more elk sheds for either one of us. I did pick up a couple of whitetail sheds. I don't know what it is. Pretty easy finds. They were out in meadows and stuff like that, but just old chalks. onX Maps. Paid full retail elite membership, $99, invaluable. Giant rub. Put my hand up as far as I could, still couldn't reach the top of it. It's pretty cool. One of the big things that I think was very beneficial on the walks was coming back to the truck midday and having actually a hot meal. Sit down, take your boots off, just kind of relax a little bit, recharge, and plan for the next walk. Lots of room to glass. Put the Mavens to use and was able to glass up a lot of stuff. Found a turkey feather. They usually bring me luck. This one did not. Scat, and more scat. Basically just looking for elk sign. No different than whitetails. Wherever they're gonna spend the majority of their day, that's kind of where I want to invest my time. The most hours of the day that they might be spending is where they might be shedding. So lots of sign, lots of scat, old scat, new scat, fresh, hot spots. And a lot of them were in a lot of these clearings on little bluff ridges or little openings. All right, so here's where things get cool. I'm walking down this side and I glance over at this south side facing slope, and I spot a nice 6-point side. That is where I came from, and I went ahead and walked across that little valley opening there, and there you go. That's what I was looking at from, maybe 100 yards, 120 yards away. I walk up to it, and then there's the shed match. I couldn't see that from where I was before, and actually didn't see it until I got about 15, 20 feet away from the original one. And I just happened to glance over and saw it. So, going to put my hands on it for the first time. It's pretty cool. Just so much different than a whitetail shed. Different shape, so much bigger, heavier, you name it. But, you take a whitetail guy and take him out west, and to me, that was super awesome. And then matching up my second set, that kind of capped off the trip for me, made all the miles definitely worth it. That one had been chewed on just a little bit on the tips, and then his two was broke off. I was starting to panic a little bit. I don't like whenever we're not in contact for an hour and a half or so. I didn't know if we were just out of range or dead batteries, and I stopped and swapped out my batteries thinking maybe it was on my end, and my first message was, hey, sorry, my batteries were dead, but he didn't answer. But it started to rain, and I made it back to the truck, and then I thought I would just start driving up and down the roads here and hopefully get within close range, and all of a sudden he came across the radio. He actually spotted my truck. So as he crested a hill, and I don't normally do this, like when you're in a tree stand and somebody says, hey, big buck. Okay, I usually don't play those kind of jokes, but he's like, hey, did you see anything? I'm like, man, I just got a lot of hiking in. I didn't find much. And I told him that I found the match set. And then he pops over the hill. I find whites, and he finds browns.
Got into them. Took me a little bit. I mean, I had to hike. Like I told John, I was about 4 miles in.
That's like an up-and-coming super stud.
Yeah, he got some good fronts on him, really good color. And then, this one, nice 6-point.
Yeah,
not a bad antler.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it took getting deep, and I told John that's kind of what I wanted to do, and I went a little bit further than I had anticipated. When I first got into the elk sign, I think I was like 3.8 miles in. What do you do?
We're gonna go get us a hot meal and regroup. I'm gonna try to dry out a little bit here. It started raining pretty good, and I cut through all those pastures, so I'm pretty much soaked from the knees down. But anyways, we're gonna get in and find out where we're gonna go this afternoon. For this area, I think we're both under the understanding that the lower elevation is actually working a little bit better for us right now. So anywho's, we'll do another interview whenever we get started. You found mountain morels.
Mountain morels. Got into them.
And here's introducing Oliver. Oliver's a local out there, and every time he goes into the woods, I swear he finds a match set. I don't know. Pretty cool. Loaded up. We stopped at a gas station in the morning before we hit the road, and looks like Billy got some snacks there, and made our way back to Iowa. So that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for the audio and hope that the commentary at least salvaged some of the footage. But if you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up. Maybe hit the subscribe button. Check out some other videos that I don't have bad audio issues happening. So really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.